Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory. I am Maker Gaming, and we are back in our playthrough. And we're doing all sorts of stuff, so I thought I'd just come up here and summarize. That's our space elevator parts factory. Down there, we are in progress. These are all things I might work on this episode. We're going to be doing a few different things. Eventually, this space elevator is coming out, so we are going to build a new platform for it at the end of that bridge, so that we can finish the avatar build by putting in the middle tower. We probably won't do too much of that this episode, but we could do at least the elevator moving. Let's go see what else. Why do I feel so slow right now? Alright, we might also hook up some of these as a temporary copper ore factory. I'm sorry, copper ingot. We're going to be moving our hub once we get that copper ingot built and our starter base complete. We're also going to be getting rid of all that down there, which is just really what kickstarted all these projects, because I hated how messy this was. I didn't want my starter base to be messy in my final playthrough. So, we started building this. This is Nuke's place. Nuke lives there. Nuke Dukem. He lives there. Terrorizes with me while we build. We have our iron basics set up, but we also need to get our assembler set up. And we need to get our copper over there and start setting our copper lines up as well. So yeah, all those things I just mentioned, we might be hitting on. Just depends on how well my memory works in the next few days as I jump into play and remember what I was working on. Or just what I feel like working on each day. But I do want to unlock oil because, for lots of reasons. One being, I really want this. Two being, I really want the power with the sloops, with the Summers loops. And to do that, we need computers. Computers we get here, but the main thing stopping us from that would be the plastic. To get plastic, we need oil processing. So we are going to unlock this, we just aren't going to make a final base. We are just going to make something that lets us do the unlocks. And so that's why I mentioned all those other things that we could be doing, because like I said, the oil thing, this is nothing permanent. This is just getting us going. Got to get that progress going. Well, this is something I never talked about and haven't finished, but I do want specific power lines going around the world. They are all going to go to the middle of that tower I was talking about that's going to replace the space elevator. And so I'm just trying to think of different ways to run lines around local areas and having signs like this that kind of differentiate which power lines are which. So yeah, I'm not really happy with any of these. Most of them are too complex or too dumb. This one I'm kind of vibing with the most. Maybe this one. But that's something I'm working on in the background. Let me grab all these oil processing materials and then we'll unlock it. Just like the last episode, we'll have our objective finished in the first 5 minutes. Oh, and yeah, let's I guess stop by, check on the quote board. I think there might be one or two new ones. What else? Anything else to check out here? None of those are completely full, completely done. But over here, none of those are happening today either. All those things I list, and none of them were on either of those lists. What is wrong with me? Alright, we need copper and motors. Oh hell, are we unlocking refineries right now? I wasn't even really paying attention to what all's in it. Well, let's just find out together, I guess. Boom!
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts.
Okay, we did it. What does this give us? What does this give us? This gives us the ability to use oil extractors on oil nodes, which will get us crude oil, which we can refine into, right now, heavy oil residue or fuel, and these become byproducts of those, I believe. Circuit boards, which are, what, silica, and we'll look at that in a minute. Rubber and plastic, using refineries. So we want the fuel for our jetpack that we unlocked last episode, but we're going to need this canister here. So before we can do that, let's at least get plastic going. Plastic's the more important one. Plastic gets us one step closer to computers, which gets us one step closer to the sloop-free power. Christmas? Yes, we got Christmas area, or we've got the beginning of the valley. I was thinking there to stay on our line, but hell. Yep, this is temporary. Let's go Spire Coast. Liven us up. Alright, we are going to need an extractor over there. And a refinery. And let's pick up the motors that we had making from the unlock. And man, should I go back and start working on all the other stuff I named? Or should we we'll stick to oil for a minute. I'm not sure if this will work. And it's kind of silly to even do because we actually have a hyper tube, but let's just do it anyway. Hyper cannon is always more fun. Far right, far right, far right. That's looking bigger. That's the other oil right there. Where is my map though? Where's my map? Beacon. There. Looks to be oil. There's my vertical circle tutorial. We also have our first doggo over here. I'm gonna go give him some pats in a minute. But yeah, let's just show off the basics. Hey, are you one of our friends? You could be. Alright, let me get started. This is kind of cool, right? Let's just make this our little island. I don't know how I feel about the trees yet. Single mode. 2, cool. Alright, oil extractor. First of the game. Do we want foundation on the world grid? I think we do. Alright, specifics. We get 120 a minute from a normal node. That means we can get it up to, what, 240, 300? We won't need that for our activities today. All we are doing is automating a couple processes. A couple items. What are our options? We've got fuel, but we do not have a container for that fuel yet. We have plastic. So this recipe, we make plastic, but we also spit out heavy oil residue. And use that heavy oil residue to... Oh, we could put it into another refinery, turn to petroleum coke and sink it. But I think what we'll do is... Actually, we'll just sink it. So, we just need a pipe. Doot doot doot. Oh, we also got valves. Hooray. I'd rather that be a little straighter. 2. Let me go grab power. Where's my dog? Might have got out of his pen. There he is. 9 computers. That'd be funny if that's exactly what I needed. Alright, we have power. Looks like we're almost done. That means we're going to get crude oil in. We're going to produce plastic. We need to get rid of heavy oil residue. And we just plop this right back around. Align it with this one. Get it on the pad. Get it right up there, actually. Pipeline to connect. Heavy oil residue is now coming into here. When we change that to petroleum coke, that will produce petroleum coke with no other byproduct. And for now, we are going to sink because we have no use for that, but we do have use for the heavy oil residue not filling up. Boom! We have a system. Now let's collect our plastic. We are finished with this part of the exercise. Are we going to decorate it? I don't know. I could see us not decorating this because it was just us figuring out our recipes and collecting equipment to build out the next stages. So there we go. Now we need some sort of other activity to keep us busy while this goes on forever. 10 a minute. What is this using? 40 a minute. So good. This will never back up because of that, so it will fill up until we have 200 times that many. But we don't play AFK here, so I will go back to the base and we'll get started on some other stuff. Because there's always stuff to work on. Come back here in a couple hours and look at our awesome oil processor. Maybe it'll be decorated while we're gone. You never know. You know, before we go back over there, let me just say I did overclock this. Actually, we can just go the full route. We got 120 coming out of the extractor. Gets us to 50 a minute. That means we can just wait here just a couple minutes and be good for the next unlock if we want. What did I want to look at? Oh, my other thought was we need to start researching. And I actually have an old one, but we need to start doing some more hard drive scans now that we have oil. Look for alternate recipes. I can rescan some of these. Steel cast plate, that sounds awful. This isn't bad. Less steel. We have quick wire. I kind of like that one. We'll take it. Steel rods, no. Steel frames, no. Let's rescan. Pure Caterium. This, I think I want. Alright, that was a lot of fun. Got a few more. It's about time to start exploring the world, huh? Ooh, that's nice how fast that comes out now. 50 a minute. Alright, we're heading back. I know I have a hyper tube for a lot of this, but I could see me making myself a hyper cannon in and out of here. Might be almost time for hyper cannon network. Alright, is the smart thing packaging? I mean, I guess it is. It's not the fun thing. It's not the glamorous thing. Oil's big on its own, honestly. Circuit boards. Do we want to set one of those up right now? No. Let's get our basics done. But we will do this. Boom. That's something.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread
That
across
has
your
been my
suit.
problem.
Package and unpackage them with the packager. Package.
Now what? I guess we see what it takes to make a packager. We got it. Everything we need. Oh, I guess we should be making rubber over there too. Alright, what all do we need to make over there? Rubber. Packager. I had another thought with this. What was it? Oh, the other thing was blueprint. Hypercannon. Looks like we got everything. Let's go finish off our oil plant. Looking like something. I do regret Christmas being over there. Quite the colors. Look at that water. Wow. Packager. What do we need? We need plastic and we need fuel. So we got plastic here. Splitter, straight mode. Alright, we are stocked in plastic. Package fuel. Alright, so now we need to make a fuel. And we need to make maybe rubber. We'll see. For now, fuel. Alright, do we want to collect the polymer resin or do we want to sink it? Too bad we don't have straight pipe mode yet. I believe that is coming though. Alright, this is all easy enough to fit up when we're just trying to do a simple make it work type factory. Polymer resin. For now, we sink it. We are getting there. Boom. We have jetpack fuel. Oh no, I need empty canisters. Damn it. Constructor. Fixing problems today. Alright, now we have canister production. And that into this. Alright, now we're producing packaged fuel. We also still need to sink. Ooh, we also need dimensional depot. I don't think I have that on me right now. Ooh, I do. I just need to go up. I just need to go up top. That's worth getting. Hell, maybe I could use a jetpack to get up there. I wonder if any of this is worth using in my footage. Merge. Alright, we are pretty much done. Let's go do something with our starter base area. I do love the looks of the refineries in small numbers. Very unique until, you know, you spam 1,000 of them in one location. Alright, I think that's about it for the rubber and oil this episode. And like I've been doing recently, this is the part where I recorded with no audio so I could time-lapse it. So what do we need? We need a hyper cannon. We need SAM ore to make whatever the hell it's called after this. So we're just coming over here to our SAM deposit, picking up some of that. Throw a couple snowballs. SAM fluctuators, of course. Yeah, and that gives us dimensional depots. So actually, that's what I meant by finishing it out. I might have been narrating this all wrong. I might not even have rubber hooked up yet. Is that what we're about to do? That's what that is. Route it. I was wrong all along. That was waste. This is the rubber. Man, I just clipped this. What is wrong with me? So very similar to the plastic recipe, we're just making rubber, heavy oil residue, so we just gotta sink the heavy oil residue into the same place we are using for the plastic to make the sunk petroleum coke, dimensional depot everything on this little island. And yeah, this is me doing that last thing, getting the heavy oil residue out. And now I can be correct in saying that our island is done. We have packaged fuel, rubber, and plastic going to dimensional depots. And that kind of does it for the main part of the episode. Now we're going to spend just as much time over at our starter base. This represents going back. Coated concrete, now that we got plastic, might be important for the next project. And then also I just wanted to get some of these, what are they called? Whatever these things are called. The patterns to put on the foundations. And yeah, let's get to the starter base. Almost died there, if you didn't notice. Forgot my parachute. I don't really even know how to show this part. I'll just show a couple little clips. This is me just going around the terrain and making empty rooms with the intent of just figuring out how to get the most out of the space with the machines I need after the fact. I'm really trying to build around the terrain and around these poison gas clouds. I want to keep them on full display. So yeah, and I'm trying to keep the same type of pattern, not each build being exactly the same, but the same concrete, copper finish, the large open glass windows, things like that. So yeah, I'm just going around doing that, making more floors, making the build look more impressive. Alright, I guess we call this the Nuke Hogs section of the playthrough. And yeah, there's a bunch of these guys up here. There's at least 3, maybe 4, just on these plateaus. Just on these plateaus on this side of the cliff. Interestingly, and annoyingly, Nuke follows me on separate floors, so he's underneath me, finding my position, and just radiating me. Even when he can't charge me, so... Smart, bro. Alright, let's talk. I've been on a lot unrecorded. I don't think any updates this week. I've been playing a lot with no audio, recording-wise, just because that's what I've needed to do for the past few days. But I think I just want to end the episode, so I think what I want to do to fix that up is just finish the iron at the starter base. So yeah, I want to go over there and figure out all the assembler numbers, because I think I want to finally do copper in my next episode. Copper that's our beacon, and for those that watch the channel, you know my hypertubes both end right there for a second. Or there's a stop right there at the hypertubes. Right there. And that's where our copper will be. So I think I want to start that next episode. Hopefully start and finish. So for that we'll need to decide where to put the copper in here. I'm thinking pretty much also down there. But yeah, let's go figure out our assembler numbers. Remember, this is what we have in there currently, and I think that leaves us 40 iron plates, so we can up the production of any of those as we see fit based on assembler production numbers. But yeah, I've added stuff. I doubt I showed any of this because it's probably wasn't that fun to watch, but who can be sure? But yeah, I'm just still starting to just kind of lay out the areas. I figured this would be kind of a open area in between builds. This will just be a small building going up here. Like I've talked about, I want to try and capture all the poison, leave it in the buildings, so we'll have it kind of displayed in glass atriums. So yeah, I'm just keeping similar patterns but switching it up a little bit, using the same kind of copper concrete, the big full windows. But yeah, I figured second story, that's where we would do the assemblers. So iron's going this way, feeding each of the rows, and then they'll each come out into belts right there. And I need to get back up there. Keep forgetting I have a jetpack. What's nice is the radiation isn't quite as bad up here. Only when the Nuke Hog is like right below us, I think, can it affect us. Alright, so what all do we even need here? We need rotors. Okay, stators we don't need from any of this. We just need steel pipes and copper, so we'll do that on the second floor of wherever we're putting our copper. So all we have to worry about, and actually we could do, oh man, how handy is that? That is your motor recipe right there. All the same materials, that's awesome. Neither here nor there. What all do we need? We just need reinforced iron plates and modular frames, but no, we will do rotors because we don't have that set up yet. But I will say we'll worry about rotors the least, because we might end up using that. We for sure can't use that. Well, I mean, we could once we got copper, but we're trying to set these up today. So we got iron sheets, screws. You know what? I think I want to sign off again. Let me just do it. Because this radiation thing's annoying as hell, so I'm just going to take my headphones off. I guess I could look into being, you know, radiation and poison proof. Look into the gas mask and things. Ooh. Interesting. Is that petroleum coke? That is kind of cool. We really don't use much rubber in terms of the playthroughs I'm thinking of. I don't use rubber all that much. I'm sure it's a later on thing, but could also have petroleum coke as my byproduct. I'm just sinking it right now. I like that. Quickwire. Quickwire is actually not bad either. Replace. But let's go this one. We gotta get back to these unlocks. Especially, now we can do turbo fuel actually. I forgot about that. Wow. We don't have the Explorer. Sorry if this episode's all over the place. Oh, nice. Priority power switches. Man, I gotta get... I'm so, like, dug into, like, the decoration aspect of this game. I gotta get back into the progress, too. Of all phases, not just the, tiers or whatever. Alright, how are we gonna... Sorry, I'm gonna go offline. Let me get all this done. Alright, I know I said a lot of stuff at the beginning of the episode. Then I went off, but I think we're just gonna need to end it. We got plans. That chart I showed earlier. We're gonna do the copper next episode. We've got what? We've got our rubber and our plastic set up over there by that red circle. I went and checked on it offline. It's all running smoothly now. Alright, so this is our underfloor. We got all the belting going on in here. Got the iron going into each set of machines. Then we have the parts coming out, going down there to collect, and splitting off here wherever needed for the assemblers. The hog hasn't been around today. I'm kind of worried. But yeah, this room worked out okay, size-wise, for what we got going. And I like what I did here, just to keep track. This is what we have coming from the bottom floor, our totals. And then up there is what we're producing. And then this is what is from there, adding and subtracting those gets us to there. And we're just doing that at every spot. Here we add the rotors. And then here we add modular frames, and that's our total factory out below. All these are ready to take out. And I started to set up copper because, like I said, we're building copper out there next episode. And yeah, these will be half wire, half copper sheets. And the wire will go somewhere else to become cable. And we'll figure out what assemblers we need with that while we're making the copper out there. I think that sums up something, right? Oh, and maybe I made this? I don't know if I showed any of that. But I just noticed this rock and I thought it was super round in terms of... I just thought it was exactly fitting for this shape. I don't know what I'm doing down here, but it's here now too. Thanks for watching.